It's been a year, literally a year, since Father Księżyl visited our burger place, Chap's Gastropub in Gliwice. Today on the Duro Body channel, you'll see an episode that was created over the course of this entire year. You'll find out how we scaled our business, what has changed, how many burgers we sold over the past year, and what our burger business looks like now. You'll see everything in this episode. So, shall we get to work? This is one of the most beautiful places that our franchisees have recently signed for, and now we already have 5 such locations. 20 tons of beef grilled in a year. 10 minutes to 12, the first official opening of one of our franchise locations. January 12th, 2025, Księżyl published an episode on his channel where he reviewed our burger place. The next day we made a summary of his visit, so I won't be recapping that for you. You can click above and see what that material looked like on our channel and on his channel, but we'll literally move on. Thanks to the Duro Body channel and my social media, we have strong traffic. Guests regularly visit from Gliwice and nearby, and we're well known in Gliwice. And of course, it's all also thanks to our Habsburger team, who always deliver, always grill the best burgers, and always take care of our guests. But after Father Księżyl visited, everything changed dramatically. The video I published the day after his visit was really just the beginning of all this. And we didn't expect what could happen here. Guests really came from all over Poland. Gliwice is actually a place where no matter if you're coming from Poznań, Warsaw, or the seaside, for example, to Zakopane or Szczyrk, you have to pass through Gliwice. And it's nice that our place is located close to the highways. So everyone who watched the video about our burger place on Księżyl's channel just started coming to us, and questions also started popping up, like when will your place open in other cities? When will you be in Szczecin, Poznań, or Kraków? And that's where we got the idea to create a franchise of our place. It was obvious that we wouldn't be able to create and open locations all over Poland on our own, because that would be impossible, so we decided to go with the franchise model. We got in touch with Piotr, who is an expert in this field, and take a look at how it went. I'm here with Piotr. Welcome, Piotr, an expert in building and scaling businesses. That's why we're going to involve experts in this field, so that when you join this franchise, you know and are sure that everything will go step by step just as it should. And Piotr, now we'll also ask why this model is suitable. What are the pros and cons of franchising?
I think the numbers speak for themselves here, where in traditional business, statistically, most of them unfortunately close down, fail, or go bankrupt within the first few years. It's the opposite in franchising, meaning that most franchise businesses are actually continued both from the franchisors and the franchisees' perspectives. Well, I think here it's the security and the ready-made business idea that makes franchising a really cool concept for someone who's looking for a project or a business they want to get involved in.
Yeah, right now we're at a point after the training workshops for us as franchisors, led by Piotr the expert and his team. And here we also need to clarify who is the ideal model of a franchisee, or if there even is such a type of person who can develop a franchise from the point of view
of a franchisee. For you, specifically as we defined, it's especially about commitment and an entrepreneurial approach. So these are kind of the key elements, because we have the franchisor, and the franchisor will always require this, and you in particular fulfill this, which looks good and meets marketing criteria, so the brand scales. On the other hand, there is a ready-made concept that is also developing and generating better and better turnover. And thanks to the fact that if there is something like this and we have the right know-how, something unique, and you have quite a lot of it, it's worth it and nice to share it with someone. We are now building all of this together, packaging it in such a way that both the business partner and you as the franchisor get that win-win effect. Yes, and everyone is satisfied, and in the end the client should be delighted, just like here in your Gliwice market.
We discussed it. Piotr first mentioned the franchise's advantages and how it works, but also noted it's not all positive. Are there any downsides for either side?
Yes, there are downsides for both sides. On one hand, as a franchisor, you have to accept that you're sharing your business child with others, and they might have their own ideas and concepts about it. And you have to make sure that everything is taken care of so that standardization and scaling happen in the same way in all locations. It's not easy, contrary to what it may seem, because in many networks things start to fall apart here, and that's what we try to prevent. From the franchisee's point of view, you have to take this into account and accept it. So on one hand, no business comes with a 100% guarantee. What's more, most businesses simply require our commitment. On one hand, we need to focus on the business, and it's not just about investing money, but also about investing our time. It's mainly about adapting to what's already prepared. While that's the main value, for some it could be the main downside, so keep that in mind.
We've already completed those workshops, we've developed the entire formula, the operating process, the contracts, and now we're moving forward. After drafting the franchise agreement, tying up all the topics related to the franchise, and creating the business model, my wife and I went to the franchise fair in Warsaw. Booth number 24. Why are we here? To spread the news that we're expanding. We have our own location in Gliwice, and we're looking for new towns, new businessmen, entrepreneurs who would like to run a business under the Chaps Gastropub logo and brand. And that's why we're here. What do we have at our booth? We have snacks, we have boxes that we're known for. It's a little showcase, showing how you can nicely pack a burger, how we nicely pack a burger. We also have something we're proud of, which is the Heinz selection, the winner of the Polish edition in 2020. We ranked among the top 10 burger joints in Poland, serving the best burgers. That's what we're proud of and showcase. What's most important in our business model is marketing. Marketing based on the Do Roboty channel. That's what I'm known for, famous for, that's what I do every day. The Do Roboty channel, over 580,000 subscribers. Well, we support our business with our channel. We have offers. Here we can also show you our base restaurant, which is ours. Over 1,800 positive reviews. It really changes quickly. Within, a week we get 20 or 30 new reviews on Google, and all of them are real. We simply feed people well, so they rate us well. Thanks to my recognition, knowledge about gastronomy, and most importantly marketing, I was asked to give a lecture on building marketing in gastronomy at the franchise fair. After the franchise fair and launching our franchise offer and the Chaps Gastropub website, hundreds of applications from all over Poland came to us through PL na Franciza. Initially, we wanted to expand this franchise literally to Silesia or the Opol region so that everything would be concentrated here, close by, but we were really getting applications from Szczecin, Gdańsk, Poznań, Kraków, Wrocław, and Warsaw, so we made a pretty strong selection of these applications. As you know well, I've been active on YouTube for 7 years and in the food industry for 3, so I can't afford to work, you could say, with just anyone. We were pretty strict with the selection, we reviewed everything, of course we contacted everyone, and we signed contracts with the first 5 franchisees. For our franchisees, we provide full support, marketing support, media support, and business support. And of course, we also visit the premises with them, the ones that will be available for rent later, so let's move on to the first location we visited. Hapsoe, the best burgers will be in Włocławek, fried, served, and handed out, along with plenty of other drinks. And our team who will be working with us is based at the Sports and Recreation Center in Włocławek, and the Habsburger location will be in a well-known iconic spot where the former Capsule Bar used to be. Here's the stadium entrance and ticket booth number 2, all nearby. There's a big roundabout, shopping centers, supermarkets, and the place is beautiful. I can already imagine it here. There will be beautiful umbrellas, another umbrella, deck chairs. You can just sit and admire what's happening around here. It's going to be beautiful. We signed another contract and looked at more places in another city in Poland. Music. And now we've moved to Bielsko-Biała. We're literally right in the main square. We're going to enter a place that, as you can see, is currently closed because it was rented out by our franchisees 2 or 3 weeks ago. The place is really in very good condition. We have a policy that we approach places that are already operating on the market and, for example, are coming to the end of their lifespan, because sometimes that happens. We check the location, we check the place, we check the previous reviews of such a place, and if everything adds up in our so-called spreadsheet, then we can also take over such places in our franchise. It's a very good idea. Here we negotiated quite hard for the equipment so that we could buy it out, purchase it from the previous owners. So, for example, the couches that fit our style perfectly, that match our color scheme really well. We left them, we bought them, we paid for them, and they stayed in this place. The place is really beautiful. We have over 320 square meters here. God, so many burgers will be eaten here, so many people will fit in here. For kids, we also have specially designed little tables in our places. Kids eat there. A huge, enormous kitchen. Basically, half of our base location at Academica 26 in Gliwice, here are the grills, fryers, and here is where we assemble the burgers. We already have the food service project ready because that's also our responsibility. We provide our interior designers and food service designers, and our franchisees take advantage of that. Now we're moving on to the second, much larger room. Here you can really organize communions, weddings, and christenings. If you'd like to hold such innovative events with a burger in hand, we have a much larger room here. And over there, as we go further, we have another room which we don't yet know what it will be used for. Personally, I see it as a kind of gaming room, so you'll be able to come here, play pinball, billiards, or something like that. For me, this place is one of the most beautiful venues that have recently been signed by our franchisees. We already have 5 such venues. 5 venues are currently being renovated, equipped, furnished, and designed, and this one really stands out. We traveled all over Poland and saw a lot of venues. The kind that just needed, let's say, a little touch-up, some changes and adjustments to fit our business idea. Those that were in a developer state required the most work from us, designing, arranging the interiors, and of course finishing them. But we also have a place in Wrocław that we're moving to now. Księcia Witolda, 48 East Street. Chap's Gastropub is being established here, adding another spot to Poland's map. Renovations are underway and progressing well. Here I can already imagine where the bar will be. This is where all the meals will be served. Drinks and beverages will be served from this bar. And here we enter the kingdom of Chap's Gastropub Wrocław, which is the kitchen. Here we will be frying burgers, we'll be making the best burgers, frying fries. Soon there will be countertops with grills here, and there will be deep fryers. And here is the next part of the restaurant, the dining area, another part of the dining room where our guests will simply sit, eat, enjoy, and celebrate everything. And the restroom will be here, in general. I won't reveal the coolest part yet, but Waldemar, who is our franchisee, is also pushing our designer here, and there will be solutions that you probably haven't seen in any restaurants before. Here there will be a play area for children. Play area is a big word, but let's say some blocks, little chairs for kids, because that's also very important in our restaurants. We are parents ourselves, so we know there aren't many restaurants that enjoy having these little ones, if I can put it that way. Our restaurants are open to children and pets, so if someone wants to come to our restaurant with a dog, they are more than welcome. Ventilation will be installed here soon because there isn't any yet, but everything is already designed, so it will be aired out. This is also very important in food establishments, especially burger joints, so that the ventilation is really top-notch and pulls in a lot of, let's say, smoke smell, so that nothing gets into the dining area. So if you have any questions about this place, write them in the comments and we'll move on. Each of our franchisees receives a full knowledge package from us. We're here to provide support, not just in the culinary aspects, like how to grill those burgers, but most importantly, in the business aspects. Some people can work in the kitchen but don't know how to open a place like this. That's why we're here. We support with all our heart and energy every one of those entrepreneurs who has joined us, and of course those who will join us in the future. And the next stage was group training. Since we signed the contract with our franchisees around the same time, everyone was already at a similar stage. It's about interior finishing. That's why we invited everyone to the hotel to give them some thorough training. Unexpectedly, Kuba visited Midel to invite me to a big integration event, and I hosted him. I'll give a short speech for our franchisees. Kuba, what can you add about franchising in general?
It's definitely not the easiest formula, but for the owner, it's an opportunity for faster expansion into other markets. What's fantastic about franchising is that the brand owner takes care of the business. In general, however, no one will look after your branch, location, or separate premises better than the owner himself. So it's a B2B arrangement, but on the downside, the standards are rising. In the past, a good logo and a decent product were enough. Today, you need a well-known logo and a product of very high quality. It's a nice marriage, a good alliance between the owner of the brand and the owner of the branch, and that should work. Anyway, we're about to go for a test.
We're about to eat burgers and inviting Kuba since he invited me to a get-together. Now I invited him. It's a win-win.
That's right, we're going to eat.
So, what are your impressions?
A very positive surprise. The biggest surprise was that you had refreshments during the training, and there were these little burgers. I expected them to be small, but they were 3 times bigger than I thought, and the taste was awesome.
We're slowly moving on to the summary of this episode, so we'll tell you how many burgers we made this year and how it all looked. But also, the last part of this episode is the opening of our first franchise burger joint in Bielsko-Biała. So first, take a look at how that opening went. My dear friends, we're slowly wrapping up this video. It's January 7th, 10 minutes to 12. The first official opening of one of our franchise locations in Bielsko-Biała. Today we launched full social media, full information that the location will be open from 12 o'clock from January 7th. The line is forming behind me, and in just a moment we'll be opening the doors. The grills are already fired up. Preparations are underway, so shall we go inside? The grills are fired up, the chefs are mostly ready, everything is sliced, prepared, and I know what we're starting. My dear friends, what an opening that was. It's an hour and a half past noon. Of course, I won't miss the chance to eat a burger here at the place. And what's most important, the most important thing is the scalability of our business and the fact that we maintain the same quality in every location. More openings, more locations ahead of us. We'll be opening in Włocławek, Wrocław and Poznań soon. If you want to join our franchise, contact us using the links and form in the description. And what about me? Well, I'm just eating. And the most important thing is that this quality, this freshly baked bun, this buttery roll will be the same everywhere, all across Poland. We are happy, we are really full of energy, and we are already preparing to open more locations and to receive more applications from you. Dear viewers, if you would like to join our franchise, you are more than welcome. But now for the food summary, that is, how many burgers we grilled this year? Exactly, literally over 85,000 burgers grilled this year in just one restaurant. Averaging that to 200 grams of beef in each burger. Well, sometimes there are burgers with 400 or even 800 grams of beef, but averaging 200, that means we cooked 20 tons of beef in 1 year. In this place, we also served about 5,000 lunch sets, so those burgers are included in that number as well. So the total is really huge. We're really happy about that. That's the result from just one location. Of course, we have 3 restaurants and now 4 more franchises, so we're really going to be cooking a massive number of burgers. This means you eat them, come here and enjoy the taste. Of course, our restaurant business is profitable because that's probably a question that would come up, but how could it not be when we're operating, expanding our franchise network and grilling 20 tons of beef a year? But of course, most of the money we earn, we reinvest into this scale, into this growth. We're glad we can do this since it took many resources this year. Now we're also developing a gastronomy app, a loyalty app, which will be available in our locations, in our franchise locations, and in the next stage, this app will be really cool, mobile, and gamified. I won't share more details yet, but it's going to be great, so we're investing heavily in it. So, my dear friends, if you would like to join our franchise, grow together with us, and open a location in another city in Poland, we would be very happy to help you. We will open it together with you. Of course, under the Chaps Gastropub brand, get in touch with us, sign up on the website chapsgastropub.pl/franchise, contact form or reach out to us by email at corporation.tv. So, let's get to work, Chaps Gastropub, we're going to make it happen.